When a vulnerable youth arrives at a foster home late at night, they are stepping into the most critical intervention of their life. Stabilizing someone in that moment of crisis depends on immediate access to a support system backed by master's-level clinical social workers. This level of intensive care scales globally. Every single year, a network of providers serves more than 12 million individuals who rely on human service nonprofits to navigate severe personal and systemic hardships. The scope of these interventions is massive. Providers are actively treating substance use disorders at clinical centers in North Dakota while simultaneously coordinating housing for unhoused populations across the Hawaiian Islands. Operational failure in this sector leads directly to human loss. When these organizational systems break, vulnerable people are left without the specific interventions that keep them alive. To prove their clinical competence and secure vital government funding, these nonprofits must survive grueling international evaluations. The Commission on Accreditation of Rehabilitation Facilities, or CARF, sets the global standard for these demanding audits. Organizations undergo months of rigorous preparation, followed by multi-day, on-site peer reviews. Surveyors scrutinize everything from trauma-informed clinical practices to complex financial management and facility security. This chart breaks down a typical 40-hour workweek for a highly trained nonprofit staff member. Despite the stakes of their mission, these frontline workers currently spend only 18 hours a week delivering direct care. The bureaucratic system designed to prove a nonprofit's excellence is actively swallowing their ability to deliver it. To understand why this paperwork is so crushing, look at the physical scale required to combat a systemic issue like chronic homelessness in California. To move the needle on homelessness, agencies manage dozens of interconnected emergency shelters, permanent housing sites, and outpatient clinics across multiple counties. Surviving a rigorous international audit across 40 different geographic locations requires uncompromising internal coordination. The clinical data, incident reports, and staff training metrics must be standardized across every single site. Managing this expansive footprint turns frontline charities into highly complex logistical corporations that require enterprise-level administrative management. That management translates to endless daily compliance demands. Staff must maintain flawless incident reports, track highly specific milestones for complex grant cycles, and keep executive board members continuously updated. Currently, much of this work is managed through a fragmented web of disconnected spreadsheets and scattered email chains. This chart tracks where time bleeds out. Clinical staff lose 12 hours weekly to internal emails, add 4 hours searching disconnected folders for client and compliance data, and finally, 6 hours wasted on meetings and status updates. The clinical consequence of this paperwork labyrinth is severe. Overwhelmed staff prioritize electronic charting and compliance metrics over direct, empathetic patient interaction. By relying on fragmented, outdated software, these nonprofits are actively bleeding their most precious resource, time. Scaling compassion requires replacing this fragmented administrative foundation with a unified operating system. Hibox for Nonprofits is an all-in-one ecosystem built specifically to handle every aspect of these complex organizational operations. Instead of relying on scattered email threads, volunteer coordination shifts into a centralized database, fully equipped with automated scheduling and automatic time tracking for contributed hours. Grant applications are tracked visually in a dedicated pipeline, complete with automated alerts to eliminate missed funding deadlines for critical resources. At the executive level, board members are empowered with a secure portal to conduct official votes and vault sensitive compliance documents. Consolidating these tools moves a nonprofit's organizational baseline away from reactive chaos and toward proactive clarity. Looking back at our weekly chart, the impact is immediate. The time lost to internal emails drops from 12 hours to just 3. Combined with efficiencies from centralized file sharing and administration, the result is a massive 16-hour weekly gain per employee. That is 16 hours instantly repurposed away from a filing cabinet and redirected back toward direct crisis intervention. The true value of this technology is strictly measured by the human impact it enables and the lives it allows these professionals to save. Equip your frontline teams with the operational tools they deserve. Start a free trial or schedule a demo today at hibox.co.